we're going to do our cardio endurance part, so we're going to do this on a treadmill, alright? So a few of the keys you can use on a treadmill. First we have the quick start option, so it's just going to beat and it's just going to start moving. Then we have these numbers here, alright? This is like a dial, so we press whatever we want to do to hit the intensity level that we want to achieve, alright? So to start off with, we want to keep it nice and even, about 60, between 45 to 65% of your heart rate, so keep it within that range, and we just go for a long period of time. So we're going to work our aerobic system, alright, but while we're doing it, glucose is broken down. It's like a carbohydrate. It breaks down, and that helps use that as an energy system, alright? So we use that becomes a presence of oxygen, so we just keep pumping it throughout our system, and that's how we get our energy. Carbohydrate is our main source, and carbohydrate is just the glucose, alright? So that's going to keep you going for many hours, alright? So your body could go for ages on end, alright? But we're only going to do this as an endurance exercise, alright? So we're only going to go we'll walk at about a 6.5, alright, or a 7 for a nice easy casual jog. Alright, so we quick start, and I'll demonstrate first up. Alright, so it's going to start moving on you, and you press the button. So we'll go 6, 5, and enter. Alright, and it's going to start speeding up on you. Alright, so if you ever need to, make sure you do use those rails if you start to lose control a little bit. Alright, so you need to find what it is and start breaking into a jog. Alright, then we've got the stop button. Alright, and immediately the speed will go back down and you get into a more comfortable position. Alright, so jump on. Alright, press quick start. Okay, so press 6 and then 5 and then enter. There we go. Alright, now it's going to start speeding up on you, so be prepared to break yourself up into a jog. Alright, how does that feel? Good, right? Alright, so when you run, we want to keep ourselves on our toes, alright, and the faster we need to run, the more extension that we need in our legs. Alright, so we need to propel ourselves forward, and our arms need to be moving forward in sync with our legs. Alright, nice big stretches with the arms. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Alright. So this is designed to get your heart rate up. Alright, so people with high blood pressure thrive off this steady state type cardio. Alright, it helps them in the long run, most definitely. Even people with asthma, this low intensity type cardio helps them load, help them build their heart strength up. Their lung capacity will become much more greater. Alright, so it's a little bit too casual, so we're going to jump it up just a little bit. So we're just going to bump up to 7. Alright, so a little bit more of a jog. Alright. Because we're testing endurance, we're going to go for a little bit, so we'll try and go for another 5 or so minutes. Alright, so make sure our breathing is in check. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Like I was saying before, carbohydrates or glycogen is our main source of energy through anything, but aerobic activity benefits through carbohydrates the most. Alright? Oxygen becomes just as much of an energy user as what carbohydrates do. And our energy system we're working is our aerobic system, so it makes us go for a longer distance of time. That's very good. Make sure your breathing in check. Doing very well. So keeping on our toes. We're not in a bad position as well. Our head's nice and straight. Our spine's nice and straight. Not compromised at all. We're not overexerting ourselves. We want to keep a nice steady pace for a decent period of time. So this is what people do first. This is what the type of energy system that marathon runners would use. They go for long distance. Even the Ironman, they fill up on carbohydrates or glucose, and they perform these types of activities. And their heart strength and their lung capacity are very strong. So like I said, people with asthma, people with a higher blood pressure need this type of activity to slowly strengthen up their organs, and it's going to help release some of the pressure that the blood has when pumping through the body and the arteries. Very nice. Alright, so we'll keep going for 2 more minutes. Make sure our breathing's still on cue. Doing very, very well. It's a nice steady pace. So that's the thing with your endurance cardio, it's very easy to overdo this, alright? So you don't want to go too crazy, too hard, too fast. Alright? You want to keep a nice steady pace that you can maintain. Alright? And we don't want our energy systems to drop straight away. We don't want to turn an aerobic exercise into an ATP/PC system exercise where we have to go through explosive movement and try and maintain it for a long period of time. Your body won't be able to handle that. Alright? So we select appropriate percentage of your speed, and we go from there. So we've only got 1 minute left. Very good. So we're keeping in our toes, not too much impact on our heels, our knees, our hips, our joints don't take too much of a shock. That's it. Alright, so we're going to build up just a little bit more, only a tiny fraction of that. Alright, so at this point here, it's still it's within the 65% range. But we're going to try and open up our hips a little bit more. Alright, so we're trying to take a bit of a longer stride. There we go, very nice. So maintain this one for another 15-20 more seconds. Nice long stride. So open up those hips, open up those legs. Don't be afraid to move. Here we go, maintaining our breathing. Very nice. We keep our body in alignment the entire time. So if we're running off to the side, we don't want to be shaking too much. We want to keep ourselves in a nice straight line, a nice movement pattern. Our body mechanics affect everything. This is very good. Alright, all done. So I want you to press the stop button. Very nice, all done. So as we keep your body in a straight line, you're running on your toes, you're doing everything right, your breathing was in check, which was really good. Alright, so within the 45 to 65% range, nothing too crazy. That's our endurance phase right there. Alright, so you can go for a long period of time. So that's our steady state type cardio. This is the opposite to our high intensity type cardio. You'll be able to sustain this for a longer period of time. That's where our carbohydrates, our complex carbohydrates come into good use. Something like our pastas and our rice. Those help and those give us great fuel for long distance runs.